Hi, it's Brent Rhodes. I want to give you a chance to listen in on a conversation I had with Brad Upton, who's going to be headlining Laugh Riot. The 25th anniversary show is Saturday night, November the 15th at the Wenatchee Convention Center. Brad was the first ever comedian at Laugh Riot, a Northwest native. Here's my conversation with one of the most well-known comedians to ever come through Wenatchee. You've been at this job a long time, making people laugh. And even before that, you had a career doing something else that I was fascinated by. I don't think I knew that about you.
Teaching fourth grade in Pasco, Washington.
So that's where you were. Now, I know you're a Northwest guy. I wanted to ask you, how you doing, man? I know you're a Mariner fan, and I saw you in the stands out there for a couple games here not too long ago. Are you healed up yet? Are you still suffering from
you know what? I have not healed up. I can't wear my Mariner hat yet. I'm wearing different hats out of the house every day. I can't put my Mariner hat on yet. I'm going to wait till the series is over.
Have you watched any of the Dodgers Blue Jays yet?
Oh, most of it, and I watched that 18-inning game, too.
We started talking about this, Brad. You've been around the Northwest a long time. You're my favorite comedian that's ever come through Wenatchee, and I know that you were the very first comedian of Laugh Riot 25 years ago.
Unbelievable, and Jason was a young, thin man, and now look at him. He's a grandfather.
Well,
that's amazing to me. It's 25 years. I remember it. I remember that first show. God, I can't believe it's 25 years, though.
I can't wait to see you. But, in between all this time, you've crossed the country a bunch of different times and have been selling out theaters everywhere. Do you have, a memorable show where, maybe the most interesting or craziest thing happened? Can you pinpoint one thing, or is it kind of a list of this was weird here and that was weird there?
No, it's a long list, but I'll tell you one that really just stands out is when I made my debut at the Grand Ole Opry. I've performed at the Grand Ole Opry 18 times. Man, to walk out there, stand in that center circle, and perform at the Grand Ole Opry is a pretty special night.
You've had a number of opportunities to perform in a sort of a musical arena, right? You've been doing this long enough that you opened for Johnny Mathis, for crying out loud.
Yeah, I opened for Johnny Mathis for 18 years. He retired last spring, but I opened for Johnny Mathis for 18 years. I've opened for a bunch of music acts, a lot of music acts. In fact, you know what? I opened for Eric Burden in Wenatchee one time, in that same venue where we're going to be on the 15th.
At the Wenatchee Convention Center, Eric Burden of Eric Burden and the Animals.
It was awful. It was just awful. The sound was awful, and the crowd hated me because they didn't want to see a comedian, and it was a fun night, actually. Oh. There's more to that story, too. But
well, how does that work out, Brad, that you wind up being associated with musicians and playing at the Grand Ole Opry? What's the tie-in? What's the commonality here?
Well, it used to be really common, comedians opening for bands and music acts open for comedians. First comedian I ever saw live in my entire life was George Carlin when I was 15 years old, and he had Kenny Rankin. I don't know if you remember Kenny Rankin, but Kenny Rankin was a guitar player and a balladeer, and he opened for George Carlin. Frank Sinatra had a comedian open for him for years, so it used to be real common, and it's kind of nice for the promoter because you've been to a concert before where the opening act, two bands go up and the opening act's better than the headliner, and the headliner doesn't want to see that happen. So if you have a comedian open for you, it's apples and oranges. Even if the comedian is great, it doesn't matter because now you're getting into the music portion. So it really kind of makes sense.
You're telling us that you've been doing this for a while, and obviously you still love it because you still do it. And what keeps it fresh for you after this time?
Well, I've been doing it 40 years. I'm going to do another special in January. I'm shooting a special in Chicago. Nate Bargatze's company is producing it. After that, I am going to cut back. I'm going to cut way back on the amount of dates I'm doing. I'm not going to retire. I'm just going to cut way back on the amount of dates and quit travel. Well, I'm going to still travel. I'm just not going to pack any show clothes.
All right. Let me ask you, I want to go back all the way to the beginning where it just kind of blew up. You had this dry bar comedy special that you were a part of, and it really kind of launched that whole series. What was your takeaway after doing that? It literally blew up, millions and millions of views. What changed for you after that?
Yeah. It was weird because nobody'd heard of dry bar. It kind of, that video made dry bar a thing too. And nobody more surprised than me because it was a chunk of material I'd been doing for years. And all of a sudden it blew up, and I was like, nobody more surprised than me. And because I was like, well, I've been doing these jokes for a long time. But after that happened, then it changed everything. All of a sudden I had people that wanted to buy tickets and come see me. And that was year 34 of my career, and here we are at year 40. So it just changed, and all of a sudden people started watching me and following me. And to be honest, I had to write a bunch of new material because everybody'd seen everything. So I got off my butt and wrote a bunch of new material, and out there still slinging jokes.
We're going to be seeing some of that new stuff. Obviously, I think we probably would.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to shoot that special in January. So what the people in Wenatchee will see will be the bones of that special, kind of be what the special's going to look like. That's what I'm doing between now and January, is just working on this. It's going to be about 65, 70 minutes.
What do you like to do when you are not out there working?
You know what I still do every spring? I still coach high school track every spring. If I'm not out on the road, I'm at track practice March, April, and May. I enjoy doing that very much.
Is that kind of a leftover thing from teaching?
Yeah, absolutely. I ran track in high school. I ran track meets in Wenatchee when I was in high school.
Oh, wow.
And played football in high school and played in Wenatchee. So I grew up in Richland. I ran track in high school and I ran track in college. And after college, I started teaching school and coaching track, and I've been coaching track ever since, every spring.
I've always thought when I saw you that there's a certain youthfulness about you and the way you go about your craft, in spite of the way that, you make us laugh about the aging process and all of that. Do you think that's all part of it? The attraction to staying with the kids and coaching and things like that?
Oh, absolutely. I think you're absolutely right, and thank you for calling me youthful. I appreciate that. Yeah, because sometimes people will label, will say he's really big on boomer humor, and I'm going, no. I'm not big on. I do some boomer humor, but I am a boomer, but that's not my act. I have a lot of people in their 30s and 40s and 20s that really enjoy me and buy tickets to come see me, and that really makes me happy when I see younger people in the audience.
I kind of got this in reverse order, but let's just back up just a little bit, because I alluded to this. Brad, I really, really find you fascinating and funny, and I love it when you come through here. And I wanted to ask you about the last, maybe 3 or 4 years. Is that a product of that dry bar special? Because I really think that you have hit the power band, honestly, in the last few years.
It's absolutely from that dry bar stuff, and then that just snowballed. The dry bar stuff made me very popular, and then I made a second dry bar special that's doing great as well. In fact, I'm going to brag on myself. The first dry bar special, and it's on YouTube, and you can watch it for free. It has 24 million views, and that's the third most watched comedy special ever in history on any platform. It was all from that dry bar clip. Yep. It's just been very rewarding, I guess. A career, an endorsement of my career for what I've done. Because, if you blow up in the first 2 years of your career, you just think that you're really good and it's great and you deserved it. But when you blow up in year 34, you kind of go, that's all right. I mean, it's great, but you've been around long enough not to let it go to your head, certainly.
What's your go-to for material? What inspires you the most for new material?
That's a good question, because it really kind of bounces around. It really bounces around. I'll tell you, I was reading a National Geographic magazine this week, and I found some stuff out of there. I went, I can turn that into funny. I mean, that's just, and then it's just observation, watching people drive. I got a big chunk of material about bad driving, which is epidemic in this country, and it just never ends. I mean, it comes from anywhere. And a lot of times, some of those ideas will just sit in my head for months before I finally get to go, well, I know how to make that funny.
Do you let yourself dip your toe into the politics and trying to make that funny, or is it just something you're like, I don't know if I want to get involved in that?
No, I stay away from it because you can't joke about it anymore. Everybody gets their feelings hurt too easily. Boy. No, I stay away from it.
And you know what? It's as a person that wants to stay away from it, I appreciate that, because I want to escape. When I go see Brad Upton or whoever, I just want to escape from all of that. So I think that's great.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
Well, I can't wait to see you, Brad. I know that you have lots and lots of people that are looking forward to this show. It is Saturday, November the 15th, the silver anniversary show. 25 years of Laugh Riot, featuring the first ever Laugh Riot comedian Brad Upton and Brent Lowry. Can't wait to see you. It's just a couple weeks out.
I'm looking forward to it. Thanks for having me on. Appreciate it.